The market is grinding higher again. The Dow and S&P sit at record territory. More than 85% of S&P 500 companies have beaten their second quarter targets. Palantir is up 17% on raised guidance, and Treasury Secretary Bessent is floating a Strait of Hormuz deal. But the whole day bends toward one event. AMD reports after tonight's close with options pricing a 9% swing, and that print will splash every chip name on the board. The semiconductor tape is front-running it hard. The 3x levered chip fund is up 15% today alone. The system's own book is at a turning point. Its Amazon position has slipped past the hard 2% stop and is waiting on the safety rail to close it, which would leave the book empty with Alphabet first in the hunt order, then Microsoft, then Oracle. Nvidia is 1 hourly bar away from a mechanical buy signal, and the system is deliberately sitting on its hands until AMD's numbers are out, with one signed exception. A close above $216, all-time high ground, is pre-approved at reduced size, so a genuine post-earnings breakout doesn't go begging overnight. Equity is $5,179.17 after a $125.10 slide, so the day's loss is exactly 2.36%, and the circuit breaker has eaten just under half its allowance. That meter reading keeps the book legal for new entries, though nothing has fired since the last briefing. We still sit in 18 shares of Amazon worth $4,987.26, with the price $133.56 underwater and a synthetic stop at $278.80 that we are only 0.62% above, so the position is alive but on a short leash. The engine stood pat, no fills, and the risk layer blocked a 74-share TQQQ buy because its bias is flat, which is the kind of refusal that keeps this book honest. On the board dated August 4, 2026, Google is the top long at priority 5, then Microsoft at 3 and Oracle at 1. And since we hold at most one position at a time, a new long must displace Amazon, which has moved from long to flat. Google climbed from priority 3 to 5 since the last briefing. Microsoft went from 4 to 3, so the engine is clearly ranking fresh longs over the old one. With cash at $191.91 and buying power at $14,731.97, 96.3% of the account is deployed, which means the next move is a swap, not an add. Lifetime realized is $312.84 over 5 round trips with a 60% win rate, so the book is still net ahead even after today's drawdown. Alphabet is the name the system wants next, and the trigger is close. The stock is trading around 374 and change, up again today, extending a run from 318 to the mid-370s in under 2 weeks, a genuine daily uptrend. Under the hood, the buy signal is nearly rebuilt. The momentum gauge is a quarter point below the line and climbing, and the fast average sits a hair under the slow one. A single firm green hour flips both and fires the entry. Microsoft is the second name on the approved list, and it refuses to pull back. The stock is trading near $494, up over 1% today after Monday's 5% surge, and the business is doing the heavy lifting. Azure grew 43% in its first $100 billion fiscal year, and steelmaker ArcelorMittal just standardized on Azure for a company-wide AI rollout, the unglamorous enterprise win that turns data centers into recurring revenue. The chart is the constraint. Oracle keeps printing new highs, and the system keeps it on the shortest leash. The stock is trading around $145, up another 2% on top of Monday's 9% surge, as the market keeps repricing its deal to ship Google's Gemini models inside Fusion and NetSuite, real AI distribution through software enterprises already run their businesses on. Nvidia is the most tempting chart on the board, and the system is deliberately not taking it yet. The stock is trading around 210, up almost 2% as the whole chip complex front-runs AMD's earnings tonight. And by the system's own arithmetic, it is 1 green hourly bar away from a buy signal. Every safety gate is open, and the momentum gauge sits 1/100 of a point below the line. The problem is the calendar. Amazon is the weak spot on a strong tape. The stock is trading around 277.5, down more than 2% on 20 million shares, and the news flow explains it twice over. Jeff Bezos has filed to sell just over $4 billion of stock into the 20% post-earnings surge. The move Jim Cramer called a buzzkill, and this morning New Jersey's Attorney General filed an antitrust lawsuit against the company.